Hi, I'm Dr. Hirdesh from Height Increase Info. So we have our one more successful story of 8 centimeter.
Yes.
His starting height was 172, close to 172, and he lengthened 8 centimeter in femur, bilateral femur lengthening, and he's from state. So we will know about his journey, why he did this, and how was his whole experience in frame and after frame removal. It just, I think, 15 days from frame removal. So yes, and we will start from where this came in your mind.
Okay, so basically, you know, I guess it's everybody, especially sometimes, I guess it's for you're a male, you just want to be a little bit taller. And one of the things, like with my family, people run pretty tall. My grandfather, he was 7 foot tall. My uncles, they're like 6'8", and my cousins, like my little cousins, they're all like 6'5" and 6'2". So I actually just always wanted to be a little bit taller. So I started doing research like maybe 3 years ago when I started seeing, I guess ads and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, it's possible. And career.
At what age you start this thing?
Yeah, this was like in the 30s. So, you know, it was like career-wise, I was like, when can I make the time? You know, fortunately, like for me, which was a great thing, change a career, you know, so I had some time off and I said, I'm gonna do this. And like I actually researched Increased Height Info for about a year or two.
You must have researched other institute also.
So it was, I actually reached out before, but then I kind of, you know, think it was because of work and stuff like that. I was like, well, I won't be able to do it at this time. But when I knew I was free and I was gonna have some time, I said, why not? So getting here, me flying from the US, of course I was nervous, you know, going to a foreign country. I didn't know what to expect.
So what was in your mind? You're going to another country for the lengthening for medical purpose, and you're going alone.
Yeah, just everything. Like, you know.
So you were scared?
I think one of the biggest things was probably like the language barrier. I was like, probably not gonna know English like that, but that got me wrong. You know, a lot of people here know English and was able to understand me right away. And I was actually amazed. I'm like, wow. So it wasn't any complications there, even as time went on. I could say coming here, I was like welcomed. I got to meet a lot of patients before the actual procedure, just to make sure, like if I had any jitters or any worries, I got to talk to them one-on-one and just kind of see, I got to see the facility. It's a beautiful facility. If you know, check out pictures online, it kind of doesn't do any justice. When you actually see it in person, it's actually way nicer than even you can probably see in the pictures. When you walk around, everything is clean.
So what was your expectation before coming to India about this facility and treatment?
Honestly, like I didn't know what to expect. Like I didn't know too many Indian people other than, you know, like in the US. One of the things I always said I trusted was in the US, most of the doctors, if they're not from Africa, they're from India. So I was like, at least I know I'm going somewhere where I'm gonna get good medical care and people, you know, are intelligent and know how to handle certain situations medically. So that was kind of like a relief of mind that I had, you know, I knew. And like I said, I didn't know what to expect. You know, in the US, you don't know what to expect there sometimes. Sometimes you could go to a place and it could be a complete, you know, disaster. But got here, it was more than what I expected. Facility-wise, very clean, professional staff. And that's all the way through from the beginning to the end. I never seen any situation that wasn't handled in an unprofessional manner. So going into the surgery, I think because the way I was...
Surgery, 5 days you were in hospital?
Yeah, I was in the hospital for 5 days. And because I guess the way I was welcomed, I wasn't even nervous going into the surgery. I was like more or less anxious, like I'm really about to do this. I was kind of excited. That's the way I think a lot of people feel once they actually, you know, get here and about to get to the operation room. So I was there for 5 days in the hospital. When I tell you just the staff there, any complaint, if I was uncomfortable, if I needed a pillow moved, they were right there. If I wanted water, anything that I needed, they were just right there at my hand, you know. And they gave you a kind of like alarm to press, and you press that button and they right there. It doesn't even take 30 seconds and they're right there. And I think the nurses consultation is like right out the doors anyway, so it was very comfortable.
And how was the pain level after the surgery?
So the first 2 days, I felt a little bit of pain in my left leg, and they gave me medicine, and then it went away, it subsided. My right leg, I didn't even know if there was actually any difference that I'd actually went through surgery. Pain has subsided, I guess, in my left leg after a couple of days, and I think 4th day, the bandages were removed. I seen the frames. It was kind of different looking at frames on my leg attached to my leg, but
How you felt?
yeah, I felt like I felt like I was a robot, like the Terminator or something. But it was like, they tell you like this is a part of you now, so and you kind of get comfortable with it, and it does. It feels like it's a part of you. You don't you can wiggle it. It doesn't feel like it's gonna rip out or anything. It feels actually a part of you. So, and it's in the bone, so it wasn't any complications there. So hospital stay was nice. Come back to the guest house. I was looking forward to the guest house because I want to speak to more patients because I just got the procedure done, and of course I had to be on in a room on bed rest. I couldn't really move around, but people did come. Other patients came to see me throughout the day and the following days to check up on me, and it just made me feel like I was a part of a family, which was really good because coming thousands, I think it's like 7,000 miles, 8,000 miles away from home. That's one of the things you're worried about, and even now, I'm kind of a little apprehensive, to leave. I'm I'm leaving a part of my family here. Throughout the journey, lengthening, I had some issues, I
know, remember that phase of the 5 or 6 centimeter, you were little bit I also thought you cannot go further.
Right, yeah. So I get to that 5 centimeter mark, and it's I was experiencing some pains and whatnot. And one of the things was I actually got to talk to some people, other patients, and they were other than, the staff and Dr. Harry saying this is normal, but if you want to stop, if you don't think you can go further, we can go on and get the frames off.
If you can cross that barrier, definitely you can reach your goal.
Yeah, and what kept me going was, like I said, the other patients, it's a mental thing. I had to be able to push through. I had to you have to talk to yourself at that point because for one, you're not as mobile as you would normally be, so you're in bed a lot, and that's one of the things you have to push through too. So it's you're in bed at 2 months, and it's that last month, that's when it's it's a mental thing, and it's not even because of pain, because pain really wasn't that bad even going into the 3rd month, other than moving some transportation, it'd be my legs, they're so long, and other than that, but the pain wasn't actually bad. Everybody always says that pains, it might get a little bit harder towards the end, but for me, I just I was good as long as I wasn't moved too much.
Every day is a new challenge.
Yeah, it's a new challenge, yeah. And then the closer it got to when I got my last x-ray, I was wow, I was actually right there. Yeah, I wasn't even expecting it. I was wow, I'm right there, and reached basically 8 centimeters, and I was blown away. And leading up to those days, you just kind of creeping, and you just one more day. And I think that's one of the things too, it's a mental thing. You say just one more day, one more day, one more day, and you get through it. And you have staff to help you get through it. They talk to you. It was a few times I had some personal issues, and staff members, Dr. Harry, talked to me and gave me some encouragement, personal issues, things like that. And he said, anytime you want to talk about anything, just let me know. We're here for that. You don't need to crowd your mind with, problems or anything like that. We want you to be as, light and, in a state of peace as you can. And that's how my journey was. Removal, it was, the procedure went so quick, I couldn't even tell you, when it started or when it ended. I just found myself in bed, and I was, woke and everything like that, but it ended pretty quick, the removal procedure, and it wasn't painful at all.
Because that's in your mind, I just want to remove this.
You're right, remove it, right. It's finally off, and I did it. And you feel accomplished, you made it through your journey. And I was in the hospital, I think, for a couple days, and came back to the guest house, and everybody's, coming to see about me, check on me, you know, tell me that they are proud of me, that I made it through the journey, and telling me some of the times where I thought it was tough and they talked to me.
And that is a big support.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Like having, you know, people there for you, encourage you. I really didn't expect it to be like that. When I came here, I thought it was going to be like just a solo thing, and I was going to be in the room, probably like really depressed, but it wasn't like that at all. It was like I said, if some days, you know, you just kind of in your own head, but it's never not a time where you can't talk to anybody and it's going to uplift your spirit. My spirit was basically uplifted pretty much every single day, and it helped me through the journey. But that's how it went.
So do you think this is worth it?
I would say it is worth it, because anytime you want to do something, even though like I did this later on in the game as far as age-wise, I said this to myself, and this was like kind of the deciding factor for me to do this, was that I don't want to live my life knowing that I wanted something and I regret it later and I had the power to do it. So when I chose this place, I was like, I researched it, I researched other places, you know, everything was kind of tailored to me, you know, like, and when I got here, I knew that I made the right decision. And I still feel that way. And like I said, no regrets. YOLO, you only live once, and I made the decision. And
yeah, that is correct. You live only once. And you want to give any suggestion who want to like searching about limb lengthening and want to do lengthening surgery in future?
Yes, I would say if you want to do limb lengthening surgery, definitely research the facilities. You can talk to them. They will answer any questions, especially here. When I actually talked to them, I already knew a lot of stuff. Even when I came here, I already had my kit. I had a massager. I had everything that you probably could have thought about, but it was still some things that you don't know, and that's where they fill in the blanks. So ask every question. This facility, I think it was the best choice for me. And also since I've been here, it's constantly improving. Like it's gotten better and better and better. And that's how it was already, you know, state of the art, you know, everything clean and beyond my expectation. But when a place is already on a higher level and then they get better and better, that's where you want to be. That's where you want to go. And so I have no regrets about why choosing this place and coming here.
And just you want to say about height increase info, anything?
Yeah, height increase info, great staff, just the best. Like I have nothing that I can say that is it's really all positive. It really went beyond my expectations. From the doctors, the physical therapists, they know their jobs, they know what they're doing. Like I said, the professionalism, the food, you know, now I'm a simple guy, but they ask you what you want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That was good. So you get a choice. And I told them I'm good on vegetables. This is how I eat when I'm home. I eat vegetables and chicken, and that's what they gave me, and it was actually really good, very tasty, delicious. And you can choose. I wanted cereal for breakfast. That's what I'm used to eating in the States. So they got me cereal. I think guys even changed up the menu. So I got a glimpse of it, but I think I'm gonna try something off the menu.
Now that you're going.
Yeah, now that I'm going, yeah. So try something new, but yeah, it's been great.
Okay, thank you for your feedback. And right now he's in recovery phase and callus still growing.
Yes.
So he can walk with walker, he can standing, but not like independence. That will take time, maybe 2 or 3 more months.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will be in touch, and till then if you have any query regarding limb lengthening, limb reconstruction, you can contact us. Number is given below. Thank you.